guys, it's Erin, or Gimme Yarn 418, and stop shaking the camera. And Dewey, yes, he's very needy today. Today we are going to do our part 2 of Thank God It's Finished for this week. And just a warning ahead of time, it is a gluttonous haul video of some things that I have got and been gifted to me in the past couple weeks. And if you are not interested in haul videos, this is probably not the video for you. So you might not want to watch. But if you like haul videos, this is the video for you. So let's just jump right into it. I'm going to start with books. I've got a couple new books. The first one I've been looking at for quite a while, and when I was in Joann's I had a 50% off coupon, which brought this book down to $10. And it's way more awesome than I anticipated it being. It's called My Crochet Doll. And I am going to actually be doing an in-depth review of this book once I make some of the patterns in it. It's a pattern from the UK, just to forewarn you, so all the terminology is in the UK terminology. And it's crocheted in double knit yarn. Don't drink my coffee. I will be using worsted weight yarn, so I will give you my review on it. And the reason I am so in love with this book is that it has the basic pattern for the doll. And then it has all these patterns, which you can't see because Dewey's hogging the camera, for the outfits. It's just so stinking cute. How perfect would this be to make up and give someone as a gift when they can play dress up with it? I mean, it has bloomers, undies. See, here are the dolls. And it even comes with directions on how to make this suitcase, not out of a suitcase, to carry everything in. It is just so epically awesome. So stay tuned for this. It's going to take me a couple weeks to make. I want to make a few of the things and just show you how it works and give you a real honest review of this book once I've used it. But my first impression is it is epically amazing. So much so that I found out she came out with another book when I was in Books A Million the other day, and look what came home with me. This one is all these little critters. Show you here. Here are all the animals inside, and again with all the outfits for. Look at this. How cute is that? All the naked little animals holding flowers over their naughty bits. How cute! And I'm going to show you one of my favorite pictures in the book is the raccoon. Now the raccoon is actually crocheted in all green, but his outfit is the stripes. How adorable! How stinking adorable! God, love it. So after I do the doll video, do some of those, I then will try and do an in-depth review of this book because I just think it's brilliant. I mean, come on. Anybody can crochet up a doll, but to then have a full wardrobe brings me back to being a kid. That's not new. That's just something I brought downstairs to look at. Then I had a couple of pre-orders that I forgot I had pre-ordered come in. The first one is, I love the 60 quick knit books that Cascade puts out, and they have a new one, 60 quick I can't speak today. 60 quick let's start again. 60 quick knit baby essentials, and this is designed for cherub yarn. And here it is, and I love it. You can see I already have all these tabs, and that's because I'll show you in a little bit. But lots of great patterns in here. I can't really show you too much of them because I don't want to. Here, I'll show you inside the cover. There's some pictures of some of the things in there. There's sweaters, toys, hats. Oh, Etsy. Sweaters, toys, hats, booties. Blankets, great stuff in here. All for designed for the cherub yarn, and they do a range. Some are in DK, some are in sport, and some are in Aran weight. So that was great. The other pre-order that came in was Knitwear Love by Amy Herzog, and it's a great book because it tells you shows you how to customize for your body shape sweaters. I haven't looked through this too much, but I am excited about it. I do have her other book, which is called, I can't remember, Knit to Flatter. That's what it's called. I have a digital copy of that, so excited about this one. And this is another new book that came out from Debbie Bliss. It's Woolly Woofers. It's a bunch of dog sweaters, and you guys know how I feel about my dogs, and they're the best dressed ones in this house. So let me show you a couple pictures. This looks like it's going to be a good book. Some of the dog knitting books are just terrible, let's just put it that way, and some are better than others. I don't know if I can actually show you these. I'm trying to show you a good one. Oh gosh, there is a cow sweater. Cow bow wow. That's cute. If my sister had a dog or liked dogs, I would make her one. They even have like a bandana, so there's something there that I can make for the larger dogs. They actually have two. There's another one with a paw print on it, probably in Tarja. A pirate sweater. Oh my gosh, I didn't notice that the skull is actually a paw print. So cute. Pirate pooch. Mod dog. Just some really cute patterns and lots of different sizes, which is nice. Look at this little pug. Let me see if I can find a better picture. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it's an Aran sweater with the cables. You can't. The picture doesn't show it all that great. Let's see if you can see it better on this one. Yeah. So that'll be fun. I've knit my dog a Fair Isle sweater, so knitting it a hugely cabled sweater should not be that big of a stretch. Something that was not a pre-order was something that had been on my wish list that arrived for me as a gift, and that was Crochet One Skein Wonders. This is another series of pattern books that I really like, and this will, I think, finish out my collection of the ones that are out so far. So I'm excited about that. I love this little alligator. There was a hat in here that Margaret was doing. I'm going to have to ask her the name of it, that she was having trouble with, that I, of course, want to try now. So I'm excited about that one. And that's the books. I also got a couple magazines. The first one, I mentioned in my last video that I am cleaning my studio. Huge, huge, huge de-stash coming. A lot of books, some cross-stitch stuff, possibly some yarn. And I think I'm going to list it on Etsy just to keep everything uniform and easier for me to manage. So, I found this magazine. It's the premiere issue. It's called Room to Create. Now, this, for me, is more room to create if your bank account is bottomless. You know, the money just keeps multiplying. It's like bunnies. But great ideas in here. And I looked through it. I saw some things I liked. Saw some things that were like, yeah, no, not going to happen. But it was a little bit pricey. It was $10, $9.95. But a lot of great ideas. A little bit of a splurge. But I'm big into organizing. So that's my kind of book. Magazine. The next thing I got was the latest issue of Knit Simple. I used to have a subscription, but I let it lapse. And I do like Knit Simple because it has a wide range of patterns, and most of them are pretty, as the title says, simple. I also picked up the Cross Stitcher magazine. It's a UK magazine. I've been getting more and more into cross-stitching. It's never going to take over as my main craft, ever. But I like the patterns that come out in this magazine. There's this little baby thing. And the thing that I really liked in here, let's see if I can find it, made me think of Bruno, one of my best knitting friends. It was on the back cover so I could see it when I bought it. Oh, here it is. Look at this little cat pillow. How cute is that? And I don't know if you'll be able to see. Yeah, some of the cats have glasses and bow ties, and I'm not a cat person, but that is freaking cute. That is adorable. So that, and it came with this little free mini kit. And the next thing is also cross stitch. I splurged and I got the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, their Fibery Friends sampler, because I had to. I actually was going to buy just the chart, but when I saw how much the kit cost, just saving myself the hassle of then having to track down all of the, I can't get the pattern back in the package now, having to track down all the supplies where I live would be next to impossible, so I decided to go for the kit. It was probably a little bit more than I would have spent sourcing things myself, but it was worth it. And I got the Ada kit because I like even weave, but I'm still getting used to it. That brings us to the yarn. Yeah, there's a lot of it. First there was an LYS, not my LYS, but one a little bit further away that was having a sale in April for 20% off. So Kristen and I went over there. Ooh, I haven't been in like 2 years. And you may remember this yarn. I just showed it yesterday, actually. And I mentioned how much I liked it, and it was cost effective, and 20% off of $14 is a little over $2 off. So for about $10, you can make a pair of socks. And they carried it, which my LYS does not. So I got it in this green and purples. And that's coming out kind of blue, but it's more purple. And there's the how it will knit up. Kristen picked out this one. This is blues and grays. That's pretty good. And that's how that'll knit up. Like self-patterning. And then this one is purples and grays. I'm not typically a purple person, but I really liked these colors together. And that's how that'll knit up. And Dewey apparently approves because he's licking it. Okay. And then I have been wanting to knit another Arlene short sleeve sweater and had been on the hunt for some yarn. Just a moment. Okay, so as I was saying, I really want to knit another Arlene short sleeve t-shirt for myself for this summer, and I was looking around for some yarn. I just wasn't finding anything that I liked, and I knew I wanted to get a cotton wool blend. And when we were at the shop, I came across this Cascade Sierra, which I've never used before, and now I'm looking for the, can you stop licking me, Dewey? Stop. It is 80% Pima cotton, 20% wool. And it's in this really nice green color, which it's not quite that green. Trying to see. Am I making you dizzy? It's a darker green than what it's showing. It's not quite as pastel-y. So I got 5 skeins of this, and it was less than $20. I think it might have been like $15 for enough to knit that sweater. I'll show you all of it right here. 5. So when I finish the shepherdess cardigan, that's what I'm going to be starting for my sweater. The next thing that came was from Blitzy, which I've been waiting for this order forever. I've never had trouble with Blitzy until this order, but they have rectified everything. So, and I got a couple skeins of shimmer yarn. I got 2 skeins in the lipstick shimmer, 1 skein in the purple haze. This is all from, they had a warehouse sale, so it was like super, super discounted, which is I think why it took so long for everything to come. And 2 skeins in the peacock. I got 1 skein of Sheepish Stripes Citrus. I love Sheepish. And I got 2 skeins of Deborah Norville Everyday Collection, I guess is what it's called. And the color is Northern Lights. It's a striping yarn. Really pretty. So I got that from Blitzy. And then I got an email last week that that same local yarn store that we went to had further discounted everything in the shop because we got half a foot of snow. And I hemmed and hawed and hemmed and hawed and hemmed and hawed. And Kristen said, go, 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 go. And I was really hemming and hawing because that LYS carries the DK weight cherub, which is a really affordable option for baby items in DK weight. And it's the only place I can get it around here and actually see the colors. So I went back to the shop. And first I bought something that was not cherub DK. I bought this, which I'd seen the first time. Oh, and the shop had discounted things to 30% off instead of 20% off for only 2 days. I saw this the first time I went, and I couldn't think of anything to make with it. It's Cascade Yarns Hollywood. It's 87% superwash wool, 10% acrylic, 3% polyester, which is the sparkle. And the color is 4. And I decided that I'm going to make Sadie a sweater for her birthday. And I thought that this would be enough. There's 208 yards, so 600 yards. I hope that's enough for a sweater. I can't imagine. Some adult sweaters are less than 600 yards, so maybe a hat too or something to go with it. But I wanted to make sure I had enough because it was 30% off. And this, I think this was like $9 a skein before the discount. And then I went bananas on the Cherub DK. I got 3 skeins of color 517, which is pinks and grays. I went through the book that I got, this book, and you see all these tabs, and I picked out the things I'd really like to knit, and I got the yarn for those things. So I got 4 skeins of color 17, which is like a steely gray. Dewey is oh so helpful in this video, but you guys seem to like him. I got 2 skeins in color 9, which is a cream. I got 3 skeins in color 504, which is purples and creams. It's coming out pink, and I got that color exactly because, let me see if I can find this sweater here is knit in that exact color and that exact yarn, and I guess Dewey wants to wear it, and I love how that came out, so that's why I got that one. I got 1 skein in color 20, 1 skein in color 41, 2 skeins in color 27, which is much more navy than it's showing up on the screen, 1 skein in number 1, which is white, 1 skein in 32, which is a pastel-y pink, 3 skeins in color 36, and 1 skein in color 11. Which way? 11. Now, the details on this yarn, it is 55% nylon, 45% acrylic, which makes it super soft and washable and great for baby stuff. It's 50 grams or 180 yards, and this skein cost me with the discount about $2. So I really couldn't, it would have been silly for me not to go and get really what I want, because DK weight yarn, in my opinion, in a washable option is really hard to find, and especially in my area. The only thing that I can think of that comes to mind for me is in a big box store is the baby yarn, and I don't always want to knit baby stuff in pastel pink, pastel yellow, pastel green, pastel blue. I like to have more colors. Like I know gray is coming more into the forefront of baby items, baby decor and things like that, but I just like non-traditional baby colors. So I tried to stock up a little bit on that. So that's all I have. I think this video is more than long enough. I hope you're all doing well, and I think that's all I have. There won't be a video on Friday because I just recorded yesterday. Saturday is my birthday. I'm going to go and sit and knit at the yarn store for the afternoon and just relax. Other than that, no other real plans. And I'm going to continue to work on the studio and clean out and de-stash. Really, I'm making sure I put my hands on every single item up there to make sure that, do I need it? Do I want it? Will I use it? Yes. So, I guess I'm going to let you go, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.